Hi everyone. So I finally caved and went offline and bought this S22. I originally ordered the green color and the delivery date was 2nd March, but it pushed to 31st March and I didn't have enough patience. So I went offline. All of the people had this white color. At first I was skeptical because I'm not a fan of white colors usually. I use the S30 Pro as well and I'm still not sure that how I feel about it. But when I tried this phone, it felt so much premium in the hand. I also tried the S22 Ultra. I did not like the in-hand feel of that. I don't know, maybe because of the sharp corners, and also that phone felt a kind of boring. But when I saw this symmetrical bezel, I actually totally forgot about the color on the back and I just went out and purchased it. And now I actually like this white color. I'm in love with the design of this phone. It feels so premium in the hand and the back of the phone feels like silk or satin. Although the side aluminum is glossy, but it does give a phone a better grip. It is really compact in the hand and feels like a perfect size. The button placement and the fingerprint placement is also perfect. See, it's not a perfect phone and there are a lot of shortcomings that I will talk about, but if you want a phone that will just make you happy by holding it, this is the one. I actually don't mind the change of the camera module from the side frame, but when you put it on the table, it does wobble a little bit more. So yesterday I was typing a message, I could feel it. So that is the only part I don't like about the design, but otherwise if you're putting a case, it's not going to be an issue. If the feel is not enough, the display can also convince you to get this phone. The symmetrical bezels make it look amazing and the display is so good that you won't take your eyes off of it. It's a dynamic 2x adaptive refresh rate display, although the colors are a bit punchy, but it's an amazing display to look at. It is a bright panel with 1300 nits and it is more than enough under sunlight. Media experience is also great because the camera cutout is so small that you won't even notice that it's there. It supports HDR on every platform and I have really no complaints when it comes to display. Although I did notice a weird thing when I was in the sunlight and the display was on the max brightness, I saw some sort of flickering. I cannot record it on camera because it's always flicker on the camera, but this is the first time I've seen that in a display. I couldn't reproduce it, it didn't happen again, but that is something I noticed. So if anyone else you noticed this, just let me know in the comment box. The speakers are also great. They do lack a little bit bass because of the smaller body, but they do sound great. Listen to this. They do sound rich and full, so I really like the speakers on this phone. I know right now everything sounds really good, but there's one big problem, and no, I'm not talking about the battery. Although that is another problem I will talk about, but the main concern is with the processor. So I don't think this smaller body is able to handle the heat of Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. I wanted to give it more than one day to make sure that it's not because of some background task, so I ignored it for the first day. But even on the second day when I was on Wi-Fi in the house doing some casual social media, it was getting warm. And it's kind of a red flag. And because of that, I've seen some stutters in the UI. I don't know whether it's because of the adaptive refresh rate or the processor, but the experience was not as great as S21 FE. Even the small animation when I go home from an app and it's showing that close all app, it somehow bothers me. It's not smooth. I have the latest update with the March patch right now, and if it's going to be a software issue, I hope that will fix it. But if it's a hardware issue related to Snapdragon, I don't think I can recommend this phone to you right now. I love this phone. I love how it feels. Maybe I can look past it, but there's an issue, and I'm telling you about it. And not only that, because of that heating, the battery drains also faster. For the first day, after all the installation, I charged this phone and I wanted to use it. So I charged it fully around 2 p.m. and till the night it was almost dead. I only got around 2.5 hours screen on time, so that was really bad. But I wanted to give it more day because first day it could be anything. It was more on 4G than Wi-Fi. So on the second day I charged it and you can see the result. So I would say it's an average battery at best. It's better than the Z Flip 3, but I'm not gonna promise that it's going to give you 5 hours every single day. And if you are on Wi-Fi, you might get that, but otherwise I can't promise that. Charging speed are also okay, so it supports the 25 watt charging, but after using that Moto Edge 30 Pro, which 68 watt charging, even though it's a 3700 milliampere battery, but it takes over 1 hour to fully charge. So Yeah, for the battery, it's not an all day phone, and if you want to top up really fast, that's not gonna happen too. But cameras are a different story. So if someone asks me for a well balanced phone that can take good pictures and video, I will recommend this over Pixel and iPhone any day. So I think it takes better pictures than iPhone and better video than Pixel. So I think it's a well rounded phone in terms of camera. I can't really say the new 50 megapixel camera is doing much better than last year, but photos coming out from this camera are really good. There's only one problem, that it exposes the photos a little bit more than usual, but you can manually turn it down when clicking the picture. Samsung captures the screen tone much better, and it's not oversaturating, it's the right amount of colors that you can post on social media right away. In the video, I think they haven't improved a lot. I think it still looks the same as last year. When you're walking, it feels a little bit jittery. So in the video department, they're still behind iPhone, but the videos are still good. The S22 has great cell reception. I mean, you get the carrier aggregation, the speeds are great. The fingerprint sensor is also on the perfect position, and it works really good. But I really like the haptic motor on this phone. It is soft, it's not overpowering, and the haptic feedback from the OS is also really good. As this is not my final review and I think this phone is going to improve, I can change my mind in future, but as of right now I will recommend S22 Plus over this because of the better battery life, and I think because of that bigger body the heat dissipation will be much better. So I would suggest going for that phone. I'm going to use this phone because it is beautiful. I love how it feels in my hand. I have no complaints there. I think this is one of the best looking phone I have ever used. I love the display. I love everything about it. But if it's going to heat up like this and if the battery is going to be bad, I might switch back to iPhone. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment box. You can also follow me on Twitter if you want day-to-day life battery usage of this phone. I'm going to post a screenshot there. And I'm also working on the Moto H30 Pro review, so please subscribe to my channel. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.